Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is kind of an impromptu video. I wasn't planning on filming this and therefore have no plan for this video, which means it's probably going to be pretty rambly because that's what happens when I don't plan out my videos. However, that's kind of the thing I'm in the mood to do today, just a chatty, get ready with me, half review, half just my thoughts kind of video. So if you're interested in seeing Thrive Causemetics and the lovely stuff that I got from them, I have enough for a full face, and that's what I'm going to do today, but there are a few products of theirs that I'm missing. So I'm just going to tell you guys what I think about these products, and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with this bag that they sent me as like a gift with purchase with the stuff that I got. It says Thrive Causemetics on the front, and then it says she needed a hero, so that's what she became on the back. I am totally a sucker for positive, like, messages and stuff like that on packaging, especially for beauty products. I'm gonna go in while I'm talking to you guys about this with the Eyelift 360 waterproof primer. I know that that seems cheesy to a lot of people and like it doesn't really make a difference to some people. However, the way I see it is like, one, it's spreading positivity. Like if that's the baseline of where companies start when they like decide to put stuff like that on their packaging and they're just like,
I don't know, slap some happy message on there,
then you know what, that's fine. I would hope that they put a little more thought into it, but I mean, nowadays you can't always assume that. The reason I like it so much, I feel like it gives us a chance to appreciate our own inner beauty. Like it gives us an opportunity. It's not just a saying. And even though I do try to like condition myself into positive thinking like that, we're not always good at that, you know, as human beings. So I don't know. I kind of like when brands do things like that. So it reminds us to take a minute. I don't know, have you guys thought about it like that? Maybe that's a really extreme way to think about it, but that's kind of why I like it so much. All right, so let's talk about this eye primer. I think it's actually, yeah, it is a primer. It also is like a brightener in my mind though, because look at that. It also fills in pores, which I've noticed. Like it just makes the skin look really smooth underneath the eyes. What I do also like about this, and I'm kind of glad that I had that I tried it on, is that it like prepares that area for concealer or anything else you're gonna do to cover up like problem areas. And I actually think it helps a ton. So next up is the Buildable Blur CC Cream that I got from them. It says that there's a SPF of 35 in this, which I love so much. I love the SPF, and I love it when it's in products so that I don't have to like put two things on my face, you know, especially like SPF 35. I've been using the Pacifica CC Cream before this every once in a while. And it has an SPF of 17. CC creams sometimes go up to like 15 is pretty common. So 35 for a CC cream is really exciting. But anyway, this is what it looks like. It has like a little pump. It's got the pretty blue coloring that they have in all of their products. Carissa's tip, who is the founder of the company, for sheer coverage, apply 1 pump. For full coverage, apply 2 to 3 pumps. And she says, apply a thin layer with fingertips all over the face and then use a wet sponge to tap it into the skin and blend. You know what? Let's do that. I think I did that when I first got this product. I read the back of it. Okay, that's 1 pump. I'm gonna go for 2. When I first got it though, I read those instructions and I was like, you know what? If that's what Carissa says, I'm gonna at least try applying it that way. I actually think that works really well. Also, I'll show you guys this, but I do feel like it gets a really nice buildable coverage. The technology in this particular product is interesting to me. It has SPF, it's buildable, so this right here is something that I would wear on like a normal day. I don't feel like I need to build on a ton of coverage, but it evens out the complexion. It absolutely still looks like skin. It has like a really beautiful natural finish, kind of like satiny. It also just makes the skin feel really hydrated and beautiful. So I'm going to now take one more on the sponge. Ooh, there are cat hairs all over this thing. Jetlyn. Okay, I'm gonna take the sponge and just tap it into the face just to show you guys how the coverage builds. And this is a wet beauty sponge. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like all blended in. You can see, I mean, I have my ring lights here, so it's not natural lighting. So far with these two lovely complexion products, these are like holy grails for me in my entire makeup routine right now. Alright, so next up we have blush. Yes. Alright, so I'm gonna go into this lovely blush in the shade Angelina with this big fluffy brush here. I've been watching so much Khaki Reviews Beauty lately, and I kind of like associate this with her, this like fluffy method of applying blush. And I do really like it for like an all over diffused look. I've literally just been doing that this week. I can't believe I'm doing a Thrive video and haven't mentioned Khaki Reviews Beauty yet. I have a story about her to share with you guys. As you know, This is like my 4th or 5th video that I'm uploading. So I'm pretty new to the YouTube community, and I've been watching so much of other people's content just to get inspiration and ideas. And I've watched so much of Kaki's content, but I decided to reach out to a couple different creators and kind of like ask them about their strengths as I see them. And I see hers to be like her honesty and honestly like her authenticity. I think she's really authentic. I think she stays true to herself, which is really cool and difficult to do. It's not necessarily hard to be myself. I'm someone who doesn't have a whole lot of trouble doing that, especially not in situations like this, but it is hard to be authentic when you're trying to please people, and that's something that I kind of have focused on at the beginning, thinking about what you guys want as viewers, which I don't think is a bad thing. And I reached out to Kaki in her business email, and I just said like, hey, this is kind of the idea of what I'm doing right now, trying to get better ideas of how to create content in an effective way and in a way that is going to feel fulfilling to me. And that woman replied in the sweetest way, and I was just floored. I was like starstruck for a week. I still kind of am. And she just gave me all of her thoughts, and she said like, you know, these are the things that I do when I'm feeling like I'm getting off track. Don't stop yourself from doing XYZ. I just so appreciated the fact that she took any time out of her day to help a creator who had like 2 videos out at the time. I thought that was so cool. Yeah, so if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, then you should totally go check out her channel. It's called Kaki Reviews Beauty. I bring her up in a Thrive video because she also did a partnership with them recently. Okay, so that is what the Angelina blush looks like on. Ooh, I'm gonna put a little bit on my eyes actually. So blush is on, you saw how it looks. I really do like the formula of this blush. It's not patchy. It does everything you want it to do in a blush. Also, I really like the packaging of these 2 things, but they're just like squeezy tubes, you know? This specifically feels like a little bit weighty to me. They have a really, really nice mirror inside. Okay, so moving on to eyes, I have seen several people use this Brilliant Eye Brightener. I have it in the shade Stella, which is like this champagne-y gold shade. When I first got it, the first time I ever used it, I put it where I'm putting it now, in my inner corners and underneath my brow. And I also used it to like line my waterline. I think maybe my eyes just like had a weird reaction to it. I don't know though if it was just the day that I was wearing it. I had a really long work day. I wore this all day at that event, and at the end of the day, I don't know if it was the mascara or the eye brightener or everything combined, but my eyes felt really, really dry in the kind of way that like I remember feeling when I used more conventional makeup or more toxic makeup. So that was interesting to me. I haven't put it on my waterline since, and this hasn't given me any issues. I think it's a really beautiful product. I'm going to use it as like a highlighter elsewhere. The cat hair. Okay, so I just put a little bit on the top of my lip, a little bit down the bridge of my nose, and a little bit down here. Hey, no. We cannot have plants in our house without Jet chewing on them, so I don't know how long that rose is gonna last. I'm trying to keep him away from it, but I give it a day. So moving on to mascara, this is what it looks like. It's the Liquid Lash Extensions mascara from Thrive. So I didn't actually fully understand what a tubing mascara was until I got this product. On the first day that I wore it, at the end of the day, I was in the shower and I was taking it off and I was just kind of like gently rubbing around my eye area. It scared me a little bit because I thought I had taken off lashes themselves, because it really does create a tube around the lash, and when you pull it off, it keeps that form a little bit. It looks like a little tube. Okay, so that's the other eye done. I think this is really beautiful. All right, guys, so we are finishing with lips. I have 2 lip liners from Thrive. One in the shade Ruth, which is like this beautiful kind of rosy, orangey shade. I can swatch it for you. That's what it looks like. And then I have like an even more nude shade in Jessie. This is what it looks like. Still kind of orangey peachy pulling. And there's Jessie next to Ruth. Okay, so I'm going to line my lips really quick with Jessie. Okay, so the last 2 things that we have here are a matte liquid lip, and then I have a lip gloss from them. The liquid lip shade that I have is in the shade Megan, and I'm gonna apply this on my lips and then I'll tell you guys what I think about it. Alright guys, so that is Jessie on the lips. It is a really, really beautiful nude shade, and I don't have a whole lot of others like this in my collection. I do have a lot of nudes, but a lot of them pull like pinky or mauve, and this is more brown toned to me, which I really like. I think it looks pretty. I have a couple things to say about this liquid lip. It is matte. Yeah, it's pretty much kiss proof. It doesn't feel moisturizing. It doesn't feel dry necessarily. But here's the thing. Now I feel like I have to get a lot closer. Can you guys see the lines in that? This is the one product that has disappointed me a little bit. I love the color of it. I'm still wearing it. And I'm going to put this lip topper on, and I'll show you what it looks like with that. The actual lip product itself, like, I think would be pretty hard to wear just like this because it starts looking so cracked. I understand that that's just like the fall that matte lips take sometimes. However, I do have to say that I've found better matte lip products that are actually, I think, maybe a little bit cheaper than this, like the Honest Beauty liquid lips, that look really, really nice, still feel matte. Maybe aren't quite as transfer or kiss proof, but still pretty darn good. And I would probably reach for those for a true matte lip before I would reach for this. I'm going to show you, I have this Thrive lip topper, like lip gloss in the shade Charlotte, and it is very pretty. It's got like some shimmer sparkles in there. And I'm going to put this on top. All right, guys, so that is Charlotte on the lips. It brings in that like slightly pinky tone into the nude that I usually go for. So I love it for that reason. But also I wear this on its own all the frickin' time. Like, this is so moisturizing. It makes the lips look so freaking beautiful. I feel like the color that's in there, which is just a tint, I know, but I feel like that sticks around really well when I'm only wearing this and I'm like eating or drinking. Of course, the glossiness goes away pretty fast if you're eating or drinking with it, but the actual tone of it, like my lips still look really nice, which I really appreciate. Also, guys, I forgot to mention that these lip liners are also marketed as plumping lip liners. They don't have like any mint or like heat to them that you see sometimes in plumping lip products, but I do actually feel like that is not a false claim. Kind of crazy. I don't know if you can see it here, but I do feel like it creates a little bit of dimension, more so than like a normal lip liner, around the outside of my lips when I just line the outside of them. But also the other day, for the first time, I like actually filled in my lips a little bit, as I do sometimes, like I mentioned, with lip liners, and it like plumped my lips in the most beautiful and interesting way. So I actually think that they do what they say they do in the lip plumping department. Sorry guys, I had to move the camera really fast and change the angle just because the way I was sitting was killing my legs. I had to move a little bit. So let me get in really close for you guys to see how these products look. I can't believe how beautiful my skin looks. It looks radiant, it looks like skin, and it stays that way throughout the day. So my overall thoughts on this brand, I genuinely do wish and feel that I should have tried them sooner. The only product that I actually did not enjoy or maybe wouldn't repurchase again is this matte liquid lip from them. Everything else has like taken over. But I'm just so impressed by the formulation, by the company's mission. They seem to be intentional in the actions and the decisions that they make in their brand, and I really, really respect that. It just adds on to the fact that I adore their products. They do use dimethicone in some of their products. Dimethicone actually used to irritate my super sensitive skin back in the day. It was more of an irritant when my skin was like feeling paper thin and really needed a lot of help, and I was dealing with eczema issues and things like that. And that was the thing that like dimethicone really hurt, and that was what I noticed, was that at the time when I had open wounds on my face, if I put dimethicone on top of them or in or around them, they got so irritated, so much more red. So I am here and listening to the people that don't like dimethicone out there. I know that a lot of brands are using it and defending dimethicone as an ingredient. Listen, I get you. I went off topic a little bit there. I love this brand. If you guys are thinking about getting Thrive Causemetics, I would suggest you don't have to get this whole big haul like I did, but maybe go onto their website and find just one or two things that you've heard others talk about on YouTube or that seem exciting to you, and just like dip your toes in the water a little bit. I think you really won't be disappointed. Okay, guys, I think I've rambled enough for this very unplanned impromptu video. I just had to tell you guys about how much I love this company. I'm super excited about them. And I hope you enjoyed the video. So if you did, don't forget to hit that like button or that subscribe button or both, and I'll see you in the next one.